This video is kind of an update to one I did previously where I was using methylated spirits to clean my hair, and apparently that wasn't such a good idea. So in this video I'm going to be using a more acceptable measure to do the same thing. First of all, there are many ways which you can ensure that your hair doesn't even get to the smelly stage or the itchy stage where you even have to treat anything at all. Hi, my name is A.Any and today I'm going to be walking you through some hair care tips you can follow while you have braids on to ensure that they don't itch or smell or you don't harbor dandruff. And if it does get to that stage, I'm going to walk you through some tips which can help you treat them. But before we go on, please, I would like you to hit the subscribe button, turn on my notifications to all, like this video, and if at the end you like it, please share with somebody, and yeah, leave a comment whatsoever. So before I go into preventive and treatment measures, I would like you to know some of the reasons why your braids or your scalp will start itching or start smelling in the first place. If you know them, then you'll be able to avoid them. Number one reason is that your braids are too tight. Your hairdresser did them too tight, or maybe you did it yourself, you held it too tight, and then this can cause irritation and injuries, and this can lead to itchiness, dryness, and rotten like smell. Two, if you're using synthetic hair to braid as opposed to human hair, then the chemicals on it can actually lead to irritation on your scalp. A way to remedy this is to either use human hair extensions or soak your synthetic hair in apple cider vinegar before you braid with them. Three, because we usually tend to have our braids on for a very long time, this can accumulate dirt, sweat, products build up, and then this can lead to itchiness and bad smell and even dandruff. Four, you're applying alcohol-based fragrances on your scalp, thinking that it will actually help you prevent hair odor, when in the real sense it's actually drying out your scalp because of the alcohol in it, and this can lead to itchiness. And when the smell of the alcohol just stays on your hair for a while, it begins to smell out. When it's mixing with all the sweat and everything, it smells and it begins to itch. So if you think that the perfumes that you apply on your body also can be applied on your head, think again. So for this reason, I always advise people that if they must, they should go for perfume oils instead. But it's not even advisable to put those directly on your scalp. You can put it on your hair, like the hair strands itself, not on your scalp. Five, you poured water on your hair and you did not wait for it to dry before you started styling it. I think that's the most common reason why your hair will smell. Wetness caused by your sweat can also cause smelly hair, itchy hair, and dandruff. Now we're going to move on to preventive and treatment measures. You can prevent smelly hair, itchiness, and dandruff with these steps, but if it does get to a stage where they happen, you can still treat them using these steps. Okay, so now let's get to it. This is where we begin our practicals. But first, one thing you need to know is that you should not have your braids on for too long. If you must, at least maybe 4 weeks is okay. Don't carry your braids for like 11 months and expect it not to smell. Just limit the periods to which you have your braids on. Two, when you do have your braids on, try to wash at least every 3 days to eliminate the dirt that has accumulated, because definitely the environment, your sweat, the sun, everything will mix up together and it will cause itchiness to happen. So you just have to like keep washing it if you must have your braids on for a while. But if you choose not to wash your hair, like me, I don't like to wash my hair when I have braids on, you can always opt for an ACV cleanse. That's an apple cider vinegar cleanse. If you're going to wash, you can actually do an ACV rinse too, since you can just like spray in some ACV and then leave it for some time to condition your hair and then rinse it out later. But since you're not going to be washing it, we're not going to be spraying on some, because then there won't be any way to remove it, because ACV is not a leave-in conditioner. We have to opt for another method that will also enable us to clean our hair and also moisturize it in the same way. So what I'm going to do now is start by loosening up the dandruff that might have accumulated in my hair. Because I have cornrows on, I'm going to use a narrow tooth comb to just, scrape it. I have this hair on just for a week, so it's not, I don't think there'll be much, but my hair easily accumulates dandruff, so that's why I'm just trying to do this. So because it's cornrow, I have to like go row by row and just try to lift up the dandruff that might be on my scalp. So this is what I'm going to do, like for all the lines on my hair, and then I'll come back and do the cleanse. So I'm done with the lines. In order to ensure that I've reached all the dandruff, I'm going to use the tail of the comb to enter into the cornrows themselves. So I'm going to do it for every single thing. Okay, now I've lifted all the dandruff from my scalp, hopefully. So what I'm going to do is just like shake through my hair so that everything falls off. You know, just dust it off. All these things causing you to itch your hair like a crazy person. This is it, the dandruff. So now I'm going to start cleaning with my apple cider vinegar. I'm just going to mix it with some warm water. And for this step, you can actually opt for a cotton wool or a soft piece of cloth. I have my bowl of water here and I have my apple cider vinegar. So I'm just going to pour in some of it, just a little bit. You don't want to be using too much of this because it's actually very strong. So the reason why I recommend apple cider vinegar and other people to recommend it is because apple cider vinegar has antibacterial functions, it moisturizes, and it can also reduce irritation. So that's why I'm using it too, as opposed to the methylated spirit method I used in that video. I don't know if you've not seen, maybe you might want to check it out. I would leave it at the end screen too, so you can also check it out. Don't discard the process and everything I said in that video. The only thing you should discard is the methylated spirit. Every other thing is still valid. So I'm going to use a piece of cloth. What I'm going to do is just dip it into the mixture. Some people actually add essential oil to this, but I don't have any at home. So like I did in that video, you want to tilt your head to the other side. Start cleaning, you know. I want to ensure that you're cleaning in the same direction that your braid is made. So if I have like cornrows that's facing this side, I'm cleaning towards this side so it does not scatter, because if I shift the hair to the other side, it's going to get rough. And that's one of the reasons why I don't like to opt for washing my hair, because if you're washing it, you're all in there and it's probably going to scatter the braids. Can you see that? It's just like a week I've had it on and it's already dirty. So this just tells you how often you need to be cleaning it. If you can't do every 3 days, you should do once a week at least. So you want to be dipping it back into the water as you're going. You know, doing this, I'm already feeling like a soothing relief on my scalp. It already feels like there is more air, there's more space to breathe. You know what dandruff does? It just like takes all the breathing space on your hair. Look at this, very disgusting. So now I'm just going to clean through the front of my hair. You might want to opt for a brush, but I feel like the cloth is more effective. My scalp feels so amazing right now. It feels so cool and refreshed. You guys need to try it. It's really cool, and yeah, I feel clean. So just to add some finishing cleansing, just like clean the strands of my braids too. You know, the strands of your braids too can smell, so you want to clean that too. And don't worry about the smell of the apple cider vinegar. It will actually vanish, because I know it has a strong smell. The smell has a very strong presence and people don't really like it. I don't really like it myself, honestly. It's quite offensive. So another thing that ACV does is that it conditions your hair. It leaves your hair soft. If I apply it on my braids, I know that I'm conditioning my braids too. Right now my braids already feel very soft. It was quite hard and a bit tangly. So I'm not quite sure about adding in oil and hair cream after cleaning with ACV, because ACV on its own is already moisturizing. But again, adding these products to the hair kind of defeats the purpose of cleaning it, because it's actually aids products build up. You're adding more product to it, especially if the product is thick. For oil and moisturizer, if at all you're going to add, don't add a lot, just add like little. But something I do is use an anti-dandruff hair cream, because my hair is very prone to dandruff. So I don't use the anti-dandruff cream directly. I have this coconut cream I mix with it, because the anti-dandruff cream actually feels very dry. The anti-dandruff cream I use is Dermatol. I think it's very common here in Nigeria. That's like the most common here in Nigeria. I know that some people like to cream their hair every day, every 2 days. Before you start creaming and packing in all the products, consider the fact that this can lead to product buildup and also lead to bad smell and the itchy scalp. So you want to make sure that you're cleaning off the stale and old products that has already built up before applying a fresh one. When all these things are old, it can also contribute to the bad smell that you're experiencing. I'm actually massaging it into my scalp. You notice I'm doing it in a circular motion. You don't just put cream like this, vroom, vroom, vroom. So what I'm going to do now is just dry it out. So you might want to opt for natural drying. That's just let the sun do its job. But I'm indoors, so I'm not going outside. So I'm going to dry it artificially. So you want to use like cool breeze when you're using your hand dryer. Don't go for hot breeze, because hot breeze can aid dryness and itchiness too. Just drying, dry, dry, dry. Don't overdo the drying, no. Just ensure that the strands are dry and it's not wet. It's especially important when you wash your hair. So I've gone to style my hair back. I had to put in some edge control, so that means more product accumulation. And it should tell you how much you need to be doing this every week. At least once a week is fine. This will not take you a long time to do. It only took me a few minutes to finish up. So just make sure that you're taking care of your hair, because hair care is very important, and you don't want people smelling your hair, and you don't want to be itching your hair out in the public every time. It's not cool. So that's all I have for you today. Any updates, I would probably do a subsequent video again, or post it on my community tab. So just look out for that. That's all. I hope you learned something today. If you learned something, let me know what you learned. Put it down in the comments. I would love to see. Once again, my name is A.Any. This is primarily a beauty channel where I also share lifestyle, intellectual, and personal development content from time to time. So I do hope to keep you on this channel so you can learn more from me. So please do so by hitting the subscribe button below, turn on my post notifications, and click on the all button. Share this video with your friends. Watch the other videos on the same playlist if you do like hair content or other content from my other playlists. And you know, leave me a like. If you want to support me and maybe buy me a coffee, there are donation links down in the description below. I would love to drink some coffee. I would love to hear from you guys. Don't hesitate, okay? So until my next video where I'll be seeing you, please do stay chilled, stay blessed, and stay beautiful. Love you. Mwah!